morning. We find ourselves here in the Lori Valley at another chateau. This one is Chateau Amboise. Amboise. I have no idea. Amboise? Amboise? I don't know. What is it, babe?
Chateau d'Amboise.
Amboise. We are at Chateau Amboise. And it's gonna be fun. This one's beautiful. Another one off the water, tiny little town in between Blois, and Tours.
What an entrance.
Can you imagine trying to storm the castle? All the guys are here, their spears and their shields, keeping you in. The 300. I got my tablet. It's geofenced, and so it kind of vibrates when you go into different areas, and then it tells you about the area. I really like what they did here. Sometimes you have to pay for them here, but most of them are free, honestly, and it helps you go around, which is nice. And then you just kind of give it back at the end, and it shows you with some type of animation process what it was like when the chateau was built and what was going on, what would have been in the room. So that's really fun. So we're gonna use it today, and we got checked in right here, right on the main street. Super easy. We parked the car just like 100 meters from there, so that was pretty cool. So let's go.
First impression, I love the front lawn. Nice space. I really like it. I like that it's kind of immersed within the city or the town or whatever it is. Even like walking up, it's like you see like the buildings and the shops, and then the castle's just kind of like naturally carved in, which I think is really, really cool.
The history of this chateau actually dates back to the 4th century, which is really fascinating. They said that in 500 AD, there were already trenches and everything that was started to become built in this area. And it was the lords and the kings and the dukes all jousting one way or another, politically, personally, relationally, to rule and reign in this area, which is pretty fascinating. Here, you want to hold this to cover up the just the wind against it. Yeah. Trying to get into the shot, but
Exactly. It's
it
like
helps.
I can use my hand if like we have.
Well, the paper is going to be more efficient, but it's fine. This place has got so much history. It's amazing to me, the series that come out on like HBO and Netflix on the Duke of something, and you've got this epic drama, and you're like, who makes this stuff up? Someone slept with somebody, somebody plotted to kill somebody. But coming here, it's like, actually, it's got enough history that this whole thing could be like a very long movie series. I mean, one of the lords was plotting to kill one of the kings of France, and so they came and sentenced him to death, and then it turned over because of a battle and the marriage, and then there was an adulterous daughter that got loose, and it's like, this stuff is crazy. It's fun to see a little history in person.
Entree, but don't bring your ice cream cones inside.
He's King Francis. Symbol, the lizard breathing fire, king. And the fire was getting rid of all the evil or preventing the evil. The stained glass work, mostly done in the 15th century. They'd wrought the iron and then the glass, and you can always see if it's a normal glass or if been replaced because it's imperfections.
I love the view. Imagine having your coffee out here in the morning.
Out of the chateaus and castles we've been to so far, which has been, we drove by Cheverny, we went to Chambord, we went to Blois, and now we're here. I'm getting better, guys, with my French. It's picking up. And now we're here. So this would be the fourth. We didn't go into Cheverny, if I'm saying that right, but this one has the most history, which is fascinating. This one dates back almost 1,000 years, over 1,000 years before the others that we just visited. So we are going to be immersed in a ton of history in the next couple minutes, including the burial place for Leonardo da Vinci, which obviously spent most of his time in Italy, which we'll soon find out in our Italy series, if you stay tuned. But he did a partnership when he was 64 with the King of France and decided to, make his resting place here, which is really fascinating. We're going to get to see his tomb.
Obviously, these look like commoners' stairs. They're so narrow. Maybe for the servants. Nice vaulted ceilings.
Little drummer's room. Drummer boy. Right here. This was said to be owned by a politician who helped in the marriage. He was the marriage matchmaker, the king matchmaker between King Charles VIII and Anne of Brittany. In 1518, one of the Pope's nephews came here and got married. This was the banquet that they set up for him.
Renaissance. So this is the master bedroom, and I'm looking at the window, and I love the view. If it were mine, I'd probably modernize it and make it a little more indoor-outdoor friendly. So kind of take this wall out and make it all like windows. Because it's lovely. It's a beautiful view.
I'd actually prefer the style that you can choose to sleep on either side. You don't feel like you're defending your bed if you flop sides one day, right? And you see a gargoyle staring at you. Wow, that's a big door. Into the courtyard of protection.
Medieval instruments. There he is, Leo.
So right in there, 12 feet away, there's Leonardo. He's always getting work done. It's like an LA native, you know, always getting work done.
Beautiful.
In 1773, the king at the time of France purchased 46 houses around the chateau here, demolished them in order to kind of finish out building this 18th century, what we now see upstairs area, and the extension of the chateau, which is really fascinating. Gotta buy it up and move it out.
Actually say, having seen what we've seen so far, especially with the gardens, I really prefer, if I was thinking of a place to live, I would prefer this place because it's so connected to the city, connected to the water. You can hear the water like whenever you're outside, you hear the water, which is just beautiful and soothing, and the lovely gardens, and it's the right size. Like the ones we've seen before are they're very grand, which is wonderful, but they just aren't like homey. I like this one. Because those stairs make me dizzy.
I know it. It's beautiful, huh?
Yeah, it's a nice view.
Defend it. Can you imagine fighting up here?
Yeah, this place suits me. It suits my personality. It doesn't have to be too big or grand or over the top, but it's delicate and it's nice, and it reminds me of Greystone Mansion where we got married in Beverly Hills. So I have that, like, that checks the box if you're American. And let's see, what else can I say? The gardens are just so special. With the old wall over here, it's just beautiful. I mean, if I lived here, I'd be inviting everyone up for parties, and we'd be doing like a lot of fun stuff, like hanging out here.
So they're doing a restoration project right now. We couldn't see Leo, obviously. They had everything kind of in disarray. So very fascinating stuff. I was reading in a pamphlet that we got that he might have helped design some of the outer pieces of the chateau we visited yesterday, Chambord, which is really fun. So amazing history, this place, and really beautiful, really peaceful. You could tell how it is a mixture of residence and defensive all in one. It's got so much history. Really fascinating. It's actually quite small compared to the others. but we're gonna go and check it out from the sky. Modern prison rooms where they put you in a little prison room and then they just kick you off the side.
Little picnic action with some drone flying by the river, because that's the European thing to do. You picnic by the water. Really couldn't be much happier than I am now, eating my berries, looking at the water, relaxing in the perfect weather. In a tiny little village in France. I mean, I wish you guys were here. That would make it better. That would be really fun. But you're not, which is a bummer. But, you know, we cope, right? And I'll eat some more raspberries. And, yeah. Maybe one day I'll get to meet some of you guys, or you can join us. I don't know. You never know. I don't know.